What's going on, everyone? So we got to talk about these prices here at Baby Doge. As you can see right now, we have dropped all the way down to 8Z 1300 on the 31st of May. But now you can kind of see today, the 4th of June, we're now at 1388. So we've actually went up a lot since then. And you can also see now that we're starting to pull back, we might actually have potential to go a little bit lower so you can get a little bit better of a discount here. So I do believe we're going to end up dropping down to this level at 1345. But what you got to keep in mind is what's going on with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is really what's the telltale price for everything. Like Bitcoin's going to control everything at this point. And as you can see right now, Bitcoin did break out of this other area right here, but you can see after Bitcoin broke out, Bitcoin just kept going, and then it broke out of this channel. But now you can kind of see it created another channel. So now that Bitcoin is inside of this new channel, what we would have to actually do here is hit this support down at 104.3K. Right now we're at 104.7K. We would actually have to hit 104.3K and then go up from there with this area here. And as you can see here with this area, I kind of set this out here because this is going to be a 3.82% gain from that 104.3K level all the way up to about 108.3K. It'll be a 3.82% gain. So we kind of have to break through here with Bitcoin in order for Baby Doge to see some nice gains. So what that would look like here is Bitcoin coming down, or Baby Doge coming down to this level at 350 simultaneously as Bitcoin comes down here to this lower level. And then Bitcoin would have to take off at the same time. Baby Doge would have to take off too. So if Bitcoin takes off and gets all the way up to 108K, we might actually be able to see Baby Doge take off and get up to 1500 and possibly even 1680 up here. So that's what we're looking at right now for Baby Doge compared to Bitcoin. We really need Bitcoin to take off for Baby Doge to do that. And you can kind of see on the MACD here that Bitcoin is now switching over to selling. So it looks like Bitcoin is about to start selling off again. You can even see here on the RSI, it does look like it's about to break out on the downside. Now, if you also take into account this next thing. All right, so take a look at this. Boom. When you look at Bitcoin inside of this channel here, you can see when it broke out of this channel, it immediately went down multiple levels. This is one level, this is two levels, this is three levels. So it went down three levels and a little bit below. If it does the same thing in this channel here, we could go down one level, two levels, and three levels. That brings us down to 99K. In my last Bitcoin video, I talked about how 99K is a possibility for us if we come out of this negative. So if that happens with Bitcoin, we could also kind of, just imagine that Baby Doge does the same thing, going down one level, two levels, three levels, except it's a little bit different from Baby Doge because obviously there's less volume, there's less money inside of Baby Doge. So that would actually look like us going down to 8Z 1170, possibly going down to 1110. So around 1100 is what we could see Baby Doge going down to if we see Bitcoin going down to 99K. So we have to watch out and pay attention to that. I'll keep you all updated on that though. And also the MACD on Baby Doge is also looking like it wants to return and go down to the downside. And is looking like it wants to reverse to the downside here. So the MACD is looking bearish on both Bitcoin and Baby Doge, and the RSI on Bitcoin is looking a little bit bearish. So yeah, we're gonna have to stay prepared and be ready for whatever. We might break down to the downside once we come out of this channel here, but we'll have to see. Now, Baby Doge has been losing some volume. Right now, we're only at 13.3K. Well, 13.3 million side of volume. So the volume has definitely dropped a lot by Bitcoin or Baby Doge. And we're also seeing the decline of Bitcoin and all the other cryptos right now. So we're inside of a big pullback range right now for every single crypto. So we really just gotta stay prepared. And one of the cryptos that's been going off is Monero, but now you're kind of seeing even Monero is coming back. Even XMR Monero is coming back, having that pullback range. And by the way, they had a crazy month. They had a very crazy month, but now you're seeing that pullback. And you're seeing it kind of in every single crypto right now. So there's a lot to watch out for here with Baby Doge. I'll keep you all updated. And also 5 days ago, they sold out more Baby Doge, and 7 days ago, and 15 days ago, and 26 days ago as well. and you can kind of see where they've been sending the money. So they sent the money all to this wallet here, and then from this wallet, they just ended up sending it to this wallet. And then from this wallet, you can see some of it is still in here, but then they just sent some out 52 minutes ago to this wallet. And then you can see here, this wallet, they also sent more out. So this is the one they sent to 56 minutes ago. And then 1 minute ago, 4 minutes ago, it all went into all of these different wallets, $1,000 transfers. And then 34 hours ago, they sold $285,000 worth of baby doge. So it does look like the dev team is selling some, but we don't know whether or not they're selling it and using it for, development or what. But all we know is money is leaving. 9 days ago, they also sold out 259,000 here and took it out in cash in Gate.io. 38,000 18 days ago, 40,000 23 days ago, 170,000 24 days ago. And this isn't me giving FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. This is just me showing people, hey, look, there's money coming out from the dev wallet, so you should know where that money is going. So you definitely want to follow that money and pay attention. And then all the other wallets, let's see where those went. These are all small transactions. So some of it went to PancakeSwap liquidity. So they sold out some for liquidity and probably just got BNB and did whatever with their BNB. And then you can see other amounts was these wallets here. So yeah, liquidity and to this one wallet. So this is the liquidity wallet, I believe. But a lot of the money has been leaving and going to these other wallets. So again, you can see here, this is the PancakeSwap liquidity. So this is the money leaving from the dev wallets going into the PancakeSwap liquidity. And the dev wallet money went into this wallet here. And then if they don't send it to liquidity, or when they don't send it to liquidity, they send it to this wallet right here, which kind of looks like liquidity, doesn't it? It's $5.7 million worth of baby doge in here. So it also looks like a liquidity wallet. So it doesn't necessarily look like a weird thing. Yeah, this is PancakeSwap V3 liquidity. So they kept selling a bunch. That I don't know. That might be bad, or I don't know. So you guys let me know what you think. All this is actually liquidity sales. These are the V2 PancakeSwap liquidities, and then this one that ending in F5F is PancakeSwap V3. I just now found that out, so you can tell it's PancakeSwap V3 because it's actually says it. So look, if we come back here, let's go ahead and back out a little bit. We can see this is showing this one here is showing PancakeSwap, right? And then if we want to look to see if it's the other PancakeSwap wallet, because it looks like $5.7 million worth of baby doge. So it kind of has you thinking and wondering, like, why is it 5.7 million? This has to be a very important wallet or a very important wallet address. So then you can kind of click here and then go further. And then you can look in here even further and kind of look at all the transactions going on with this wallet. But yeah, $5.7 million worth of baby doge held in here. This is the PancakeSwap V3, I believe. Yeah, PancakeSwap V3 liquidity. And you can also see here at the top of the screen, it also says V3 right here. You can see right here in this area, it says PancakeSwap V3 pool. So they've been selling a lot of baby doge into the liquidity. So that could also be the reason why we're having this pullback, why we're seeing the drop coming so slowly and gradually, because all of this is them selling to the liquidity for PancakeSwap V1 or for PancakeSwap V2 and V3, but they're doing it strategically in these $1,000 transfers. So that is also why I'm saying, guys, it's best to trade baby doge. Even the developers are doing it. It's best to trade and not hold forever. Even like if the developers are doing it, you better be doing it too, because the developers are not gonna stop. They are gonna keep making that money on baby doge. You guys better be making that money too. Don't stop, because once you stop, that's it. But yeah, a lot of different wallets, a lot of different people are selling baby doge, causing the price to go down. You guys, you got to be more diligent here. You can't just hold on forever. Like you're catching a falling knife. All right, that's all you're doing is catching a falling knife. So right now is not a good time to sell. By the way, I'm not telling anybody to sell. Like again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm not telling nobody to sell. Let me say that again. I'm not telling anybody at all to sell, because right now is actually probably a bad time to sell. I'm not telling anybody to hold either, and I'm not telling anybody to buy. I'm just kind of giving my thoughts and opinions on what I'm gonna be doing. So right now is not a good time personally for me to sell, because if you look at this area, and currently right now I'm not even holding any, but if you actually look at this area, 1387 is actually a pretty low area. Typically, Baby Doge does not like to go below 8Z1. And anytime Baby Doge goes below 8Z1, it immediately recovers. And you can see it back here. Anytime it goes down to 8Z1, immediate recovery, literally almost immediately. So you do not want to really be selling around these areas, because like we're not that far off from 8Z1, right? We're not all that far off. And if it hits 8Z1, it usually bounces back. If it goes anywhere below 8Z1, it almost immediately bounces back. So right now, what I'm waiting for is 8Z11. So my purchasing area here, I want to buy at 8Z11 just in case it has a bounce before then, because sometimes it won't all the way go down to 8Z1 and it'll just bounce back up before then. So I'm looking to get in at 8Z11. And you can make some easy money here. You can really make some easy money. Let me show you some easy money plays. All right. So look, boom. Baby Doge goes down to 1110. Let's just say this little Fibonacci right here is a very important one. 8Z 1110. So look, Baby Doge goes down to 1110, and within, like, let's say 12 days, goes back up here to about 1350. That's a 20% gain. Hold up, look at that. That's a 20% gain. So let's go. Let's kind of show this fully. So I'm gonna go ahead and extend this Fibonacci from, and you can see 2202. So you can see it's at the same level. We're bringing it all the way over 2202. So this Fibonacci is about to stay here at about 2202. Trying to get it as close to 2202 as I can. Right now it's at 2205, so we're going to pull it down a little bit more. 2202, boom. All right, so 2202, we pulled it out even further into the future. And then we also take the other Fibonacci. This Fibonacci is the long-term one that I use for long-term trading. So the first one that we just now moved over, this one right here, is the short-term one. And then the long-term one I took from the swing high and brought it all the way down to the swing low. And the short-term one I took from the swing low, and then I bought it from the previous high that we had. So that's why it's the short-term one. But now we're going to take the long-term one here. We're going to extend it. Here is 9Z812. We'll extend it all the way out here. 9Z812, somewhere close, as close as I can get it. It's at 817. I want it to be at 812 because that's where it was before. All right, 813 is good enough. So yeah. Now, the reason why I extended this is because I'm going to keep tracking this, and I'm going to keep giving you all updates on what I'm doing personally to benefit off of these trades and swings inside of Baby Doge. Because, hey, the developers are selling right now, and it's clear as day. I've showed you guys the transactions, and look, it really doesn't matter to me because either way, I'm still gonna be trading Baby Doge. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm still gonna trade it. The developers has been selling to PancakeSwap liquidity, V2 and V3, and they've also been selling to Gate.io. But they also issued not a warning, but they issued they issued a signal to people, and they said, "Are you guys ready for June?" And then they also said, "We are trending on crypto.com, but we're not listed on crypto.com." Right? So they said we're trending on crypto.com, but we're not listed on crypto.com. And then they turn around and say, "Are you guys ready for June? June's going to be big." And now all of a sudden you're seeing all this money flowing out. And every single time they do this, it's usually because they're using the money to put into liquidity somewhere else. So they're taking the money out and they're selling it off to PancakeSwap liquidity, and then they're also selling it off to some money over through Gate.io, and they might be getting ready for a major exchange listing, maybe, possibly. And also the Baby Doge decks that they're creating, they need money to create that too. So we're probably going to get some good stuff this month because they said June, it's June, so we're waiting. But we might be getting something good. But look, either way, if they pull it back and they continue to crash it and it goes down to 8Z 1100, your best bet is to buy at 1100 because yeah, you can wait till we get to AT1, right? And that'll be even more gains. As you can see, that's a 34% if you wait for it to go down to 8Z1, right? But let's say you wait for it to go down to 8Z11, you're only getting 20% in gains. So if it goes down to 8Z1, you're getting 34% gains. It goes down to AZ11, you're getting 20.92% gains. And you can see it here with these levels here. So the reason why this is so important is because when we pull back, the next Fibonacci for us to break in both of these levels comes at 1350. That's why I put both of those levels at 1350. So you could either make 34% or 20%, but either way, you can definitely make some decent money. So let's just now go ahead and run some numbers. And I'm going to do a whole separate video where we just run numbers because this is actually a very good trade. And I'm actually happy that I kind of noticed this because this could be a very good trade. Now, it might not even go all the way down there. That's why I'm saying, like, don't sell because look, it could start running. Like, if Bitcoin starts running, you best believe Baby Doge is about to start running. But look, let's say, for instance, you don't want to take too much money and put it in there because you're skeptical, right? You're like, I don't want to waste any money, right? So you only take $2,000, right? And then you take your $2,000 and then you go ahead and multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. Let's say you want to do the 20% gain one, 8Z11. I actually meant to divide it. But yeah, you take your $2,000 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you divide it by 8Z11. Boom. Now you're at 1,818 billion, blah, 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 right? 1.8 trillion is what you'll have at 8Z11. Now you multiply that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1350, because that's the resistance that we're looking at. So now you're multiplying it by 1350. And look, this could take a week to play out. This could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This could take a month. But it should happen, right? So $2,454. So you would pretty much make $454 if you waited for this to go down to $1,100. $454. Mind you, when you're on ramping money, you're paying fees, give or take. Like if you're using crypto.com like I use, and I do the instant one, so instantly use my debit card to purchase. There's about 5% in fees, give or take. So 5% in fees of $2,000, 2,000 times 0.05. Oh, that's still a lot actually. $100. Maybe it's not 5%. I think it's like 2%. But either way, it's somewhere around there. 2%, 5% something. So it's like $40 in fees. But anyways, $454 is the trade for 1,100. So I'll subtract $40 from it. That's about how much you're paying in fees. And then when you go ahead and sell off, it'll be about 100 total. So $354 is pretty much what you would make on that trade after fees. Now let's say you take the same 2,000 divided by AZ1, which is 2 trillion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, that's 2 trillion coins multiplied by 1350. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1350. That gives you $2,700. So now you're making $700 off your 2,000. Now, for me personally, I like to do the bigger amounts with the trades, so this wouldn't be worth. Well, I mean, it could be worth it. It could be worth it, but I don't know how long it would take for it to play out. Because then if you had 10,000 and you did this trade right here, well, I can tell you that it'd be $3,400. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. It's 10 trillion times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1350. And that'd be $13,000. So $3,500. So I like the odds of making 3,500. But yeah, again, this looks like it's gonna be an easy trade, but it may take some time to play out. You may be waiting all of June or all of July. And that's just to say, like, if we hit 1,100 or 8Z1 before July comes, and then you buy it, and then after that, it could take 2 weeks or 1 week to 3 weeks, really 1 week to a month to actually play out. So you buy it down here, and then after you buy it, at least 1 week to 4 weeks after that, it should be getting up to 1350. And boom. Like if you got $10,000, that's 3,400 or 3,500. That's really all you need for your trade. That's all you need. Hey, like $3,500 for a whole month. So I mean that's a good salary. Hey, that's your salary right there for trading. So yeah, that's a good trade. I'll give you guys some other trade ideas, and I'll make some other videos for Baby Doge. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to go into depth about what's going on here with all these transactions and how you can benefit from it. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all today. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.